197 nations agreed to speed up action to limit global warming, but commitments to phase out fossil fuels were watered down. The COP26 Pact was agreed on after 2 weeks of intense and sometimes emotional negotiations. While the close to 200 countries who finally agreed on preventing catastrophic climate change, the summit president Alok Sharma described it as a fragile win.
History has been made here in Glasgow. And what we now need to ensure that the next chapter charts the success of the commitments that we have solemnly made together in the Glasgow Climate Pact. Thank you.
The agreement acknowledges that existing commitments to cut emissions of greenhouse gases are nowhere near enough to limit global warming to no more than 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial temperatures. According to the deal, developing countries have been promised financial support by developed countries in order to adapt to the devastating impact of climate change. A commitment to phase out coal that was included in earlier negotiation drafts led to a dramatic end after India led opposition to it.
How can anyone expect that developing countries can make promises about phasing out coal and fossil fuel subsidies? Developing countries have still to deal with their development agendas and poverty eradication.
Meanwhile, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said the planet was hanging by a thread. Earlier during the summit, there were significant deals on reducing deforestation, while around 100 countries pledged to reduce methane emissions by 30% from 2020 levels by 2030. After hearing complaints from climate-vulnerable countries about the last-minute change, Alok Sharma apologized for how events had unfolded. The next big milestone is the COP27 Climate Summit scheduled for 2022 in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt.